Okay, hi everyone. Welcome. For those of you who are new, my name is Stacey, and let's just get right into it. For today's video, it's going to be kind of a tutorial on how it is that we can go about creating models for class projects. So let's see how it is that we can do this. All right, now here's the situation. You have a student who is at school, and the teacher says, your project is to create a model of one of the physical features we have learned about. All exciting stuff for the students, right? Now, how is it that they can go about creating this project? Let's see. All right, so here you have one of the students thinking, this is really good. I think I want to create a model of a mountain. Yes, this is going to be so cool, right? Because this is going to be something exciting for them. Now, how do we create the model for the mountain? That's what this video is going to be about. So I'll be demonstrating to you by the form of a presentation how it is from start to finish a student with the aid of parents can go about creating a model of a mountain for a class project. So let us see what all of this entails. Right, so first off, we have to think about the materials that we'll need for the project. Well, for the project, there are a couple materials that we'll need. So we'll need newspaper, you'll need plyboard, we'll need a glue gun, we'll need other materials such as plastic bottles, cups, containers, tape, and a pair of scissors. And most importantly, some paint. So we can use poster paint as our form of paint for this project. All right, so now that we have our material, what is the next step? All right, well, first of all, we have to create the base and the structure for our mountain. So that is where the plyboard comes in, along with all the bottles and containers, right? So basically, what you're going to do with the bottles and containers, you're going to set them on the plyboard in the form that you want the mountain to take. So as you can see here, you have to kind of make, it's like a skeleton. So we want the skeleton of the mountain to take effect because this is going to be like the foundation and of the mountain. So you set them as you want them. You use your glue gun and your tape to hold them in place. And that would help us to get the skeletal structure of the mountain. Now, what is next? After we have done this, the next step is to form the shape of the mountain. And this is where our newspaper will come into play. So you get your newspaper, you're going to need a good amount of stack, and you're going to have to roll them in little balls and then put them all over the cups and the bottles and so forth. For this model, we're using dry newspaper. We don't have to wet it, so it will take a quicker time to dry when we apply our paint. So we don't have to wet it for this type of model that we're making. So it's dry, we roll it into a ball and we put it all over and we kind of make it cushiony. So we want to get some roundness and some ridges and so forth. So we apply it all over our bottles to create the shape of our mountain. All right, so now that we have our shape and we have covered it, this is the outcome. So as you can see, this is what it looks like. So you can see we have some curvatures and we have some ridges in other parts. So isn't this looking good? Yes, and it's all made from material that is easy to come by. All right, so after we have created this, the next step is to apply some paint. So we'll go ahead and paint our model. Now, because it's a mountain, we use green paint to get the vegetation, the color for the vegetation, but then you'll also need some little brown to get the color of the earth. Yes, so we're going to apply as much paint as is needed, as much coat as is needed to get the entire model covered and looking good. Now, what is that going to look like once we're finished? Let's see. This is what the product looks like. So as you can see, we have created some distinct features with our paint. So we have the greenery for the vegetation, and we have some dark colors for parts of the earth, like for instance, rocks, edges, and so forth, showing. And then as you notice, there's a little waterfall, so we can add features as we go along. So this is what the product looks like. And then in this photo, as you can see, we have added even more features to our model. At first, this mountain that you're seeing to the left, it did not have a peak, but because we want to create a mountain, on a mountain you have to have a peak. So we went ahead and created that peak there. So as you go along, you can always play along with your model. Yes, so you can add different features as you go along, but you have to be repeating the previous steps, to get it back up to this step that we have here. So you can do that to make any needed adjustments as you see fit. All right, so after we have painted our model, the next step is to add some vegetation. So we have trees, flowers, grass, and all those things that we'd like to add. After you have painted it and the paint has dried, this is the time now when we'll add all these features. So that is what these pictures here are showing. All right, and this is the outcome of that step. So as you can see, we have some grass, some flowers, and we added some live real features. So you can add real features if you want, or you can make them from paper. It's all up to you, whatever effect you want to create. So right here, everything that you see is made from paper, with the exception of the stones that you can see at the bottom of the waterfall. So that's what the outcome of the vegetation is looking like. So here we have the back portion, as you can see. This is what it looks like at the back. Now, as you notice, we have gone ahead and made even more adjustment to the model. So you can see this portion to the right, almost to the right. You can see where a portion has been added because we wanted to make it a little more distinct rather than having all the mountains on the same level. So that was created to give it a little more definition. So as I said, you can always go along, play along with the model and add features where needed. Now, after we have added our vegetation, the next step is to add our labels. So we want to ensure that all the features that we have on our model are properly labeled. So this is what these pictures are depicting, the labeling of the features on the model. And then when we have completed that, this is what it will look like. So this is the finished product, and that's what it looks like. Beautiful. All right, once you're finished making your project, you have to remember to take a picture with it. Yay! So that's it. That's how it is that we go about making a model. And as we said, materials are materials that can be easily obtained. They are recyclable. They can be found around the home, as you could see from what we have used in this project. So it's a project that can be done at home, can be done at school, wherever, and it's something that parents themselves can get involved in with their children. As you can see, it's simple and it doesn't take a long time to create. Yeah, so thank you for tuning in, staying to the end of this video. I hope it is it is able to help you in future projects that you will have to create. So thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. So thank you once again.